Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Class 8. Today we are going to discuss short question answers of lesson number 8, electricity. So question number 1 is a source of potential difference V volt sends current I ampere in a circuit for time t seconds. Write expressions for electric energy supplied by the source and electric power consumed by the source. So electric energy supplied by the source, that is E equals to VIT. Here V is potential difference, I is the current and T is the time. And electric power consumed by the source, P equals to E upon T, or P equals to VIT upon T. As we know, E equals to VIT. So in place of this E, we will write VIT upon T. So P equals to VIT upon T equals to VI. T will be cancelled by T. So P equals to VI. Question number 2 is define 1 kilowatt hour. How is it related to joule? So 1 kilowatt hour is the amount of electrical energy consumed by an electrical appliance of power 1 kilowatt when it is operated for 1 hour. And what is the relation between kilowatt hour and joule? As we know, 1 kilowatt hour equals to 1 kilowatt into 1 hour equals to 1000 watt into 60 into 60 seconds equals to 36 lakh. Watt second equals to 3.6 into 10 raised to the power 6 joule. Since 1 watt second equals to 1 joule, so 1 kilowatt hour equals to 3.6 into 10 raised to the power 6 joule. Question number 3 is how is electricity supplied from city substations to our homes? So how is electricity supplied from city substations to our homes? The answer is it is done with the help of overhead wires or by the underground cables. Next is state the two types of fuses. How does an electric fuse in the household circuit system work? Two types of fuses are cutout type fuse and cartridge type fuse. So how does the fuse work in the household circuit system? So whenever short circuit or overloading occurs, a very high current flows in the circuit and the value of the current in the fuse wire exceeds its limit. Due to this, what happens? The fuse wire gets heated up and melts, and on melting, the fuse wire breaks the circuit. Hence, the flow of current stops without damaging the rest of the wiring and the appliances connected in the circuit. Now question number 5 is why are MCBs preferred over a fuse? MCBs are preferred over fuse because MCB switches off the circuit within a second whenever there is short circuiting or overloading, and it saves the circuit from damage, and there is no tension of putting a new fuse wire in it. As no fuse wire is used in MCBs, it has only a switch that can be reset when the fault is rectified. Now question 6 is why is earthing of an appliance done? So whenever by chance the live wire comes in contact with the metallic body of the appliance and we touch the body, we get a severe shock. To avoid all this, all electrical appliances are earthed, and on earthing the appliance, a large current passes through the copper wire instead of human body. Hence, earthing protects us from any accidental electric shock. Question number 7 is what do you mean by conservation of charge? In the process of charging an object, there is a transfer of electrons from one object to the other. The charge gained by one object is equal to the charge lost by the other object. Thus, the total charge of the system of the two objects is conserved. This is conservation of charge. Question number 8 is what are the differences between charging by conduction and charging by induction. Now the differences between charging by conduction and charging by induction are: number one, charging by conduction is the process of charging an object by keeping it in touch with a charged object, and charging by induction is the process of charging an object by keeping it near a charged object without touching it. And in charging by conduction, the same kind of charges are introduced, and in charging by induction, opposite kind of charges are introduced. Now there is a flow of electrons from the charged object to the uncharged object, and from the uncharged object to the charged object in charging by conduction. And in charging by induction, there is no transfer of electrons between two objects. Now the charged object loses some charge when it is brought in contact with the object to be charged in charging by conduction. And in charging by induction, the charged object does not lose any charge when it is brought near the object to be charged.